So now chapter 20, the marriage lamp or the marriage feast between the Lamb and his bride is set up. Christ has come to the earth. The second coming has occurred. Now we enter the millennial reign. Look at verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So Satan gets bound for this 10 times 10 times 10, this superlative of a totality time frame. For the events that need to take place during the millennium, Satan is bound. And they cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Which now sets the stage for the winding up final scene at the end of the millennium in verse 8. In verse 7. When the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So this winding up scene, isn't that interesting? It's going to end very similarly to how it began, with a war. And it's not God who's declaring the war. It's always Satan who's bringing the war. It's always Satan who's contending and accusing and fighting. So just like the war in heaven, now at the end of time, he brings all of his hosts. Verse 9, they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. You've seen this a couple of times where, and Taylor mentioned it earlier as well, there's that point in an exciting, epic story where it looks like we're going to lose. It looks like evil is going to prevail and good is going to be destroyed. And you're surrounded on every side, and you're not sure how this is possibly going to turn out okay. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. It says the saints are compassed round about, even the beloved city. And then look how quickly John finishes this off in the second half of verse 9. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. There's not a lot of fanfare. There's not a lot of personal struggle and sword fighting going on here. Nope. God recognizes the prayers of the righteous saints who are compassed round about by this evil, and he sends down fire from heaven.
God is often represented as fire. If you look in the Old Testament, God is represented as fire when he takes the Israelites out of Egypt. He guides the Israelites through the wilderness. When Lehi has his first vision in 1 Nephi chapter 1, he sees a pillar of fire. So we talk about the great and dreadful day. So the fire shows up, and it's dreadful for those who are on the wrong side. It is great for those who are on the right side because God has showed up. The Spirit of God, like a fire, is burning.